Hello everyone, this is King Vector 11 with another video of another bug that was not necessarily introduced, but it was long waiting until it would take effect because of Rockstar's ultimate laziness. For those who don't know, this week is the double reward weekly update revolved around the Acid Lab sell missions, in which you can make double money off of your product, especially for those who wish to sell at a full capacity. This video is very important for you to watch right now, and this bug is because of Rockstar's ultimate laziness. Now, what's this bug? Basically, Rockstar added a hard cap to select events, missions, and heists to prevent players from glitching an excessive amount of money from a certain, let's say, heist or job for them to break the economy of GTA Online and be able to flex and say, I have a lot of money, etc, etc, etc. So what Rockstar did, as instead of attacking the modders who are being unfair in GTA Online in a multiplayer game, they attack the entire game itself by adding a code that is a hard lock on the amount of money you can make. Now, I'm going to explain to you the details and the updates revolved around this hard cap and so on and so forth. So let's just get into it right now. So if you go on Twitter and you look up Tez2, or rather X, let's say, because it's been changed, I had to make an account to be able to show this information to you, so thank me for that. Anyways, Tez2 has basically stated that the Acid Lab initially, within 3 hours of the weekly update dropping and releasing for September 7th, there has been stated by Tez that the Acid Lab business is currently bugged, with the increase in high demand being a typo, where the sell mission has a hard cap of $1,005,600. What this means is, if, let's say, you have the Acid Lab business and you have enough product to sell exactly $1,005,600, you will make the $1,005,600. But let's say it's on double rewards, and assuming you'd be able to sell double 1 million, so now you would have 2,010,000, or what, like $11,000, something like that. Let's just say about average $2 million. Let's just say very strictly, you will not make that money at all. It will never show up to your account, and all your product would be gone. Now, that's what the hard cap was basically done to prevent players from glitching, but Rockstar didn't really think this through, and they just added a random number and hoped for the best, and they don't realize that their laziness in the long run is taking a toll against the game, where even Nick, or aka Gilly Master himself, responded to this, saying, how many times are they gonna make the same mistake before realizing their hard caps are way too low? They will not learn from the mistake because they think the game is peach perfect and they're the top of the world, because we are still buying their microtransactions and GTA Plus and still playing their game to this very day. So they don't care. Of course, about 3 hours later, it was quote-unquote, big quotes, fixed, not really, where they just nerfed around the high demand bonus just to drop the amount you can make so that it doesn't really reach the hard cap limit easily, or as easily anymore. But still, for those who have actually renamed their product name, which gives you a 5% sale bonus for your Acid product, this will especially risk those people or those players who are trying to sell their Acid Lab stuff, because let's say you make $2 million off of your Acid. Now, if you renamed it and you have a new base 5% increase of your product, now you're basically making $2,005,000 or whatever. Still, just assuming on average numbers. I'm not being precise, but you're still gonna sell a little more. You're selling the same amount, but you're gonna make a little more profit because you renamed it, and that makes it easier to reach the hard cap limit, which will easily prevent you from making your money at all, and you'll lose your product in the end regardless. So especially for those who renamed their product, especially to you guys, be careful. And by the way, this affects everyone on all platforms, new gen and old gen alike. But sometime later down the road, Rockstar decided to big, huge, fat Jenga stacked quote-unquote fix, saying, oh, we're gonna drop the high demand player cap to 16 players instead of what it used to be, like 20 or 24 or whatever, literally everyone or something, which is basically Rockstar saying, we have a problem, we're gonna build Jenga on it, just so that we can pretend the problem doesn't exist anymore by making a new problem that will affect the game even longer in the long run. And now looking at the responses from people on Twitter, there's someone who is saying, yeah, big fat quote-unquote fixed. It's not really fixed. A fix, Rockstar, for those who don't understand, is when you replace something that is, let's say, damaged or badly damaged by replacing it with something else that is of better quality and saying, here you go, that's a fix. What Rockstar is doing is basically building a tower of Jenga. They take one block from the bottom that looks bad and they put it on the top and say it's the new block. Just in a general sense. But what they're doing is basically stacking on stacking on stacking. The initial base of their brick wall is so crooked and messed up, so what they're doing is adding more cement on the sides, on the top, expecting it to be good, and people will like it. In the end, though, it's going to be a huge risk to the game, because that's going to cause catastrophic errors, and Rockstar doesn't realize it because they're perfect, but whatever. Some others have been asking if you can explain this a bit more, and someone responded, if you have more than 16 players in the lobby, you will still get a high demand bonus, but only for 16 players. What this means in a more simpler phrase, if you have 16 players in your lobby, you get the 16 player high demand bonus. If there's 30 players in the lobby, you will still get 16 player high demand bonus. No matter the excessive amount, you can have 50 players even, if it would ever be possible, if Rockstar would ever do such a thing, you will still have 16 player high demand bonus of your product. It's hard capped on hard capped of your product. Let's say, money that you'll make off of it. So others are still responding under this same tweet, where some are still asking, what's the payout looking like after this? And they're still responding with, so instead of releasing an emergency patch that increases the limit to a reasonable amount to prevent issues, they just lower the amount of cash you can get, which is a certified Rockstar moment if you ask me. Yeah, Rockstar, we get to make less money for the same effort. I know it's more than normal, but still, they need to raise that cap instead of limiting the other cap. Rockstar will not do that, because apparently, in their minds, inflation exists in a video game. I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. You have all 30 empires, all of them are robbery businesses, and you have the highest reputation for robbery. You're making yourself literally over $100,000 every 24 minutes in that game, unless you save state it and you end up saving, let's say 24 minutes, you start making every 30 seconds, you make yourself a lot of freaking money. But what Rockstar is doing, instead of that, is we're going to lower how much you can make because we want you to work hard for your money. And if you really don't want to work hard for it, guess what? Our shark cards fucking exist. Go buy them, guys. I don't condone to buying our shark cards until they release GTA 6 and fix GTA Online's complete utter bullshit. Maybe I might consider spending $1. But that's only me who's saying it. Rockstar doesn't care about players like me because I'm not giving them the money they are expecting me to pay them. They don't want my money. They're expecting me to give them my money. And they do stuff like this to ensure that players like me end up giving up on the game and say, okay, I'll buy your most expensive shark card if I want money, despite the fact that the game is bugged beyond reasonable doubt. It was also stated by Tez that he said these hard caps are only utilized on consoles, as the PC version uses server-side transaction systems, allowing them to adjust the caps whenever we have a bonus. Ugh. Hopefully Rockstar either removes them or increase them to higher values or switch to the transaction system. Meh. Will Rockstar do that? They have more players on PC, more or less now on the newer consoles, than anywhere else. Because PC, it's easier to mod and make yourself money and be bored and literally sell your brain for money purposes to buy more shark cards if you have to. That's probably what players are doing nowadays anyways. And they're just being bored fucks. Just to be like, we want money. And that's why Rockstar adds these hard caps in the game. And now everyone has to suffer because now that there's double rewards on this stuff, oh, we can't make our money anymore. I wonder why. Now he has explained very, very recently hard caps. Ever wonder why we can't have more than triple money bonuses on some businesses and missions or heists? And here's a select list of some activities with caps. Acid Lab is the very most recent example. Activities like casino heist, security contracts, and some others don't have caps. So yeah. Now that you revealed that, everyone's going to try to make unlimited money from the Diamond Casino heist or security contracts and do glitches on that, especially modders going to have fun with that. Thanks for revealing that, but whatever. If you're bored, expect to be banned, okay? Anyways, so here are the hard cap prices for all available, let's say, heists, jobs, missions, or events around the game. Starting from original heists, the OG heists, as some like to refer to it, you know, the prison break and the break Rashkovsky out of the prison yard or something, whatever. And by the way, this is all that I have, okay? Here's the top of the list. Here's the bottom of the list. The top being original heists, the bottom being VIP work, okay? Here I'm going to put that in the center and I'm going to lock in place. Here you go. So here is the entire list, starting from original heists, 24 million. You cannot make a single dollar over that, otherwise you get nothing out of it. Doomsday heist, you can get only up to 5.1 million, or that's it. KO Perico heist is limited to $40 million, especially for modders who like to glitch the heist and be able to make everything worth up to 40 million. If you try to collect anything more, well, you'll lose all your money. But still, I think these caps are for individual players. So let's say you have a 4-man heist and you collect a total of, let's say, $40 million. I think if you... That's because it's shared among 4 players anyways, I think you'll still be able to make your money. But I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't glitch and I don't mod. So regardless. Anyways, it goes to special cargo with 96 million. That is when you ask your CEO office assistant to say, hey, I want to sell my crates to random locations, and there you go. And that's with the Titan glitch plane mission as well that Rockstar does not want to acknowledge because... Oops. Sorry, I was speaking a lot and I had a lot of saliva. Anyways, I'll be straight up on this. So special cargo, yeah, Rockstar doesn't want to acknowledge the Titan glitch because that's what makes Rockstar more shark cards, because I lost all my product, I want my money. Buy our shark cards, and we're not going to fix it because that's our intention. Biker bunker businesses, the general basic MC-ish businesses, is limited to $43.2 million. Vehicle cargo is limited to $3.6 million. That's from your CEO assistant as well. Hangar business, we all know what hangar is. Nightclub warehouse, $64 million. Acid lab, as we've just heard recently, $1,005,600. Client jobs, 1.6. Tuner robbery contracts, when you go to your auto shop and you find the contracts board next to Sasanta, when you go upstairs in front of you, that's what it is. Exotic exports is when you find random vehicles around the map. You can only make 200,000 from each of them at most. The LSA operations, that was what was released like very recently during the summer update last year, I believe. $400,000. Stash houses, $150,000. That exists around the map. That exists only daily, I believe. Taxi work, when you have to taxi, $150,000. Bike service, that is what you, I guess, get from repairing or doing whatever the heck you do with bikes in your MC clubhouse. Biker bar earnings, whatever that is, I don't care. Fooligan jobs, the new stuff, I don't care about. Career progress for new gen players, I believe. I personally cannot care about it, even if I wanted to. And VIP work challenges and MC work challenges, that is with your CEO stance, that you go into your interaction menu and select your VIP work, and you just, or if you're a motorcycle club president, you do the same thing from there in your interaction menu with more than one member in your MC or CEO, and that's the amount of limits that you have for your businesses and stuff around the map. Anyways though, that was really the entire list and the entire explanation, but I would like to let you know now, again, like I've said earlier in this video, but I'll tell you again now, be careful how much product you sell, okay? And be careful how much product you even make in the first place. Because we all know Rockstar's complete BS, at least I personally know, unless you're just trying to milk your way into believing you're the best GTA Online player because you got an Oppressor Mark II and a minigun, and everything else sucks because, oh, I have like 100 quadrillion money of my bank account and I'm like the best player because of that. Here's some flexing, whatever the heck you believe. I don't judge, whatever floats your boat. Anyways, this is for everyone, and yeah, be careful, okay? When will Rockstar fix their game? I have no idea, but I'm just gonna tell you right now, there is a hard-coded bug in GTA Online because of Rockstar's laziness. Just want to tell you that. Be careful how much product you sell, be careful how much product you make, and in my recommendation, I would rather you make the littlest possible and then sell what you have, because you're still anyways going to make double rewards off of it regardless. So if you're the type to wait until your business is completely full and you lose everything, that's the biggest risk and the biggest downfall that could ever happen, and it could happen, I'm just telling you. So I would say be careful even waiting until your business is completely capped. In fact, I still have to sell my bunker. That's literally $1 million worth of goods sitting there, and I'm not comfortable to sell that by myself. So I'm waiting for good players to come up to me and be like, oh hey, you know, I can help you sell this stuff, and actually be like truthfully honest and help me. But that's besides the point though. I'm not going to speak about extra. I'm just going to say straight up, there you go. Okay? Be careful out there, and yeah. Thanks Rockstar for introducing the San Andreas Bugs DLC into GTA Online during the 10-year anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Online being available to us. Good job, Rockstar. You're showing your true colors of being completely bullshit.